was sitting here thinking, people must not understand how that tree stuff works. When you don't understand, it'll be easy for not trying to make it a big deal or whatever, but it'll definitely be easy for black people in the world today to not acknowledge their real tree. You got your reasons. Are they legitimate reasons? To God, no. You was broken down, you were dismantled because you was such a great tree. And then you have another tree finish off your tree. How did this truly affect you? It affects you in the spiritual as well as in the physical, if not more so in the spiritual. You don't know who you are. We don't know who we are. The little that I know about myself is so magnificent. I can't wait to God to tell me the rest. I can't wait to God to tell me the rest. For God to tell me the rest. It's like you don't know who you are, so you really can't appreciate yourself. You really can't appreciate yourself. You're in the physical world, and you're attacking your root tree, you're attacking your tree, you're attacking engines on your tree, batteries on your tree. And it's showing. But because of the perverse world that we're living in today, when we judge a man by the fruit on his tree, we look at the fruit as if it's a car, shoes, clothes, hat, makeup, whether it's makeup on your face or whether it's makeup in your life. So you don't know the real fruit on the tree. So you attack your tree with other trees. Now this ain't a color thing. So get by yourself. I ain't on that. Every once in the blue moon, I bring it up to set an example or to let you know what something was probably rooted from. But I don't stay there because I believe that we are now a society that's growing away and getting away from that. Yeah, we got a lot of cleaning up to do because of that. That's not who we are today. I want to truly believe that. So, with that being said, you're looking at your tree. You're attacking your tree with these group of people, gang of people. They could be one nationality of people, but they're not from your tree. And you're just attacking each other. Or you're attacking an engine, battery, alternator, some limb that belong to the importance of this tree. And you don't care because you got your people. You go around your people. You do care when you're alone. You do care when you look in the mirror at the real fruit on your tree and you notice that you are not as ripe as people think you are. But you can hide it through the makeup. Yes. You can hide it through the makeup. So when you go around these people every day, but before you go around these people, you're alone with yourself. Even if you got somebody with you, you still feel alone by yourself. And when you feel so alone by yourself, you hurt deep inside. Not only because of the fact that you notice that your real fruit of yourself is not good, but because of the fact that you know where these problems are rooted from. So, you take it upon yourself to pray. You even pray, even though you probably throw so much black magic. Probably dealt with the devil, danced with the devil, so many two steps. Just a dancing with the devil every day, all day. just to go home, feel bad, and say, I'm through with the devil. I'm not even gonna deal with the devil, I'm not gonna call the devil. It's almost like a broken high. I'm gonna quit, I ain't going back no more. It's my last night, honey. Until you want that high again, you gotta call that individual that you feel that you can hide behind to get that pause. Like that right there. And you go around these groups of people, oh, they celebrate you because you got the money. You've been devouring your own tree. You've been harassing your own tree, robbing your own tree, torturing your own tree for $1. Your own flame, your own twin, your own soulmate for $1. And you go around these other people and they celebrate you. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh. You know, they put you out there. They really, really blow your head up. Oh, you love it. And you feel so OP when you walk in. You feel so OP when you walk. Oh, you touching the ground. Oh, yeah, honey. Yeah, honey. And then you just said a few nights ago, you said, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to touch her. I'm not going to torture this individual anymore. I'm not going to do this drug anymore. Because that individual that you're torturing for that fast life that you live in is the only reason you got money in the first place. Too bad that person that you're torturing is from your own tree. Ooh, what if your own tree knew that you were decapitating their own tree? Wouldn't that be so bad? Oh, that'll hurt so bad. But they probably wouldn't get it neither because they don't get the importance of the right tree. They on everybody else's tree too. They think, oh, we on everybody else's tree. Thank you, Dick Greg. We on everybody else's tree. They on everybody else's tree too. Not knowing that somebody in there do know though. Might not look like you, but they know. And they done told everybody around that look like you, they know. And they know for a fact that those people know. And they saying, if she'll decapitate her own tree, she'll decapitate her family. She'll decapitate her business, she'll decapitate herself. Watch her, or watch him, decapitate their tree. And when they're done, we know what to do with them. Because they got nowhere to go. We got all our limbs on our tree. We taking care of our batteries and our engines on our tree. We got no room for a hypocrite on this tree. We got no room for a tree killer on this tree. We got no room for someone that'll do anything to somebody for $1 on this tree. But we'll take their dollars if they're gonna continue to kill their own tree. Remember now, when you say trees, I'm not talking about the genealogy in the physical world. I'm talking about the genealogy in the spiritual world. How do this look actually in the spiritual world? In the spiritual world, you could be a part of Oak Tree. Do you really think Oak Tree is gonna be a tree where everybody notice this tree, respect this tree, love this tree, and give gifts to this tree, even though they should do that to the tree? They did it back in the biblical days to the tree. But no, not in this perverse world. They don't do no such a thing like that to no tree, not the old tree. But the power in a tree like that in the spiritual realm is something that you are willing to come to the physical realm and suffer for. So for you to decapitate yourself, clip your wings off, descend yourself, lower your vibration, and try to destroy such a tree. You thought Adam and Eve had a problem. You wait till you cross over. Now, that's power. That's something to think about. Thank you, airplanes, for flying around my house today. I love airplanes. So beautiful in the sky. I think I saw y'all racing. One blew one so out. The other plane just disappeared. I had to look around, make sure it wasn't around. Disappeared. But yeah, when you're doing trees, like I said, I've been in the Air Force. If I would have had the proper family, I'd have went on to the Air Force. They'd have had a problem with me. Just like they got a problem with y'all. I bet y'all captains be like, look, you wasted gas. Gas is high. I know you want to ride over that house. Gas is high for these airplanes. I appreciate it, man. Make me smile every time. I point my finger at the airplane like a child at 9. But yeah. So, you know, we must learn to love and respect the actual beauty in this world. The actual beauty in this world is not getting rich and buying a house and a car. One of the things that I noticed so beautiful and precious about this world is finding out who you are. You know how hard it is to find out who you are? You know how hard it is to break generational curses and walk into your purpose? There's new energy fighting for me that I haven't even met. And Lord knows I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And they fighting for me, and that's their purpose. Because they doing it so godly. They doing it righteously. They doing it with power. They ain't skipping their trials and tribulations. They embracing their trials and tribulations. They evolving as they try to do this job for God. Birthing more Angela Davis, Rosa Parks, Assata Shakur, and many other ones. I forgot the young white lady name that T.I. went to. She's a great one too. She's outstanding. I forgot her name though. I'm bad about forgetting names. But like I said, it's many. We need more. We need more. No matter the nationality, we need more strong people. We are in a perverse world, and the youth are dependent on us to make it a safe world and get rid of this perverse world. To make it a great world. But you must learn your energy. Because I'm saying this because I'm feeling some type of way, because they talking about some people sadness after death. When the ancestors say that, it is sad. Because if you only knew who you was over there, if you only knew your ranking over there, you wouldn't have tried so hard to elevate over here to descend yourself over there. It's let me tell y'all something out there. Let me tell you something real easy. I want everybody to bring their ears closer. It is super easy to elevate in the physical when you're planning on descending in the spiritual. I swear to God, I can get wealthy tomorrow. I can get wealthy tomorrow. I ain't talking about rich. I said I can get wealthy tomorrow. Ain't no more birthing legends. It's gonna be superheroes. Because somehow, some way, they always killing the legends. It's almost like the name traditional. Two beautiful names. But very much so taken out of context. your tree. You don't even know who your tree is. Watch this. What if they made a deal with God a long time ago telling God to forfeit his ranking? Not really forfeit his ranking, but step outside, God, and don't help these people and let us gain some ground. We'll make a deal for so long, God. You stay away, don't come around. And that particular tree, it's time to uproot from the ground. Not uproot, that tree, it's time for that tree to regrow, bloom again. Wouldn't that tree have to find itself, put itself back together? Wouldn't you hurt real bad if you cross over and you find out that God's tree itself was trying to put itself back together and you bust your ass? You worked double time, triple time, on your knees, swammed in the mud. They thought it was new type of fish just to make sure that that tree died again. That's what you got to look forward to when you cross over, young lady. Now let me go to this hood stuff. This good stuff where you youthful people can understand this stuff. Let me tell you a story. I done told this story, but I'm gonna tell this story while I'm telling you these stories. And you're gonna be able to put this story with the rest of the stories and say, oh my God, I gotta start looking better, discerning better. See, when you got these group of people around you, you already got plans in your head. You got plans in your head because you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror. You don't like who you are when you go to bed. You don't like who you are when you wake up. You have to go around that damage just to love yourself again. You have to entertain the damage just to deal with yourself again. You are unhappy with yourself. Got it all and still can't deal with self. You go around these people and they celebrate you, programs. What people don't understand is you got two different programs. You got a program that's programmed by the light, and you got a program that's programmed by the darkness. And as you ascend with the light, programs celebrate you. And as you descend with the night, programs celebrate you. So when you are hurting a tree, how can you recognize this? This is how you recognize it. When you are celebrated for destroying something, for being destructive. When you are celebrated for hurting something. When you are celebrated for not loving something, hating something, that's when you are celebrated by the darkness. You think they gonna give you something good when you go and cross over in the darkness? You better think again, young ladies out there and young men. They entertain you. You didn't even notice the energy shift. At first, they was entertaining you because you was of the light. But when the energy shift, it's like GTA Sports. When you see them dancing on the side, they dance like this. On the side, when they dance like that. You didn't notice that they went from the left arm to the right arm and the right arm to the left arm. The dance is the same, but the arms is different. Now, once you was celebrated for doing outstanding, going somewhere, but now you're celebrated for being a murderer, a killer of collectives, a destroyer of God's light, God's children. That's one way you don't want to cross over. That's one bridge you don't want to cross over. Sound familiar? So you can't sleep. You can't function. You really don't like yourself, even though you got the lover of your dreams in the bed with you. You still can't deal with self. You still can't deal with self. You got the lover, you got all stuff, and you don't like yourself. You got to get up. You say, I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to pray. God, please be with me, God. I'm going to get up tomorrow and better myself and do better. But then you realize you was high when you said that, and you sober in the morning. And you don't feel as good as you did when that high was coming off that night. You feel like you need to get high again. You feel like you need to do something to get by again. So you go up to these programmed friends that's meant to keep you down. You go up to these programmed friends that's meant to break you down, and they celebrate you again. You throw the money in the air, give it to me, baby. Partying again with these friends that keep on making sure you stay down, but they celebrating you as if you're going up. That's their job, they programs. Now, watch this. My brother was the same way. Made a name for itself. I forget the people they call to go from house to house and gather your stuff in the streets. Made a name for itself doing that. Clean you up real good. 2 weeks before my brother was murdered, I talked to my brother. He talked to me, he said, man, let's get back in the game. You was right. He left me for another group of people. But I told him, are y'all getting money? Because doing all that recklessness and that evil and not getting money makes no sense. But when he left, I had to stop what I was doing because he was my eyes and back of my head. He was somebody guaranteed that I could trust. And you ain't supposed to trust no man. But we done built up such a reputation. We was making good money, not enough money, but we were getting up the money. But he left. I just used that opportunity to re-navigate and heal myself. So by the time he came back around, I done already started healing on myself. Leaving the game. He said, you was right about everything. I want us to get back together and get back in the game. I said, sorry, champ. Not happening. But I do got something to tell you. I had a vision. Like I said, I don't have dreams, I have premonitions. And I had a dream. This preacher seen me, I was in Charleston. This wasn't a dream now, this was in real life. And I crossed this preacher in Charleston. He said, young man, he pointed to me, he was doing a sermon. I visited the church back then only because of my great sins, hoping that I can feel good again because I sinned so greatly. So what I'm trying to say is that I really didn't go to church then. And this man never knew me, ain't never met me. But as soon as this man seen me, he walked up to me, stopped this sermon, said some great things to me, and said, you got a message to give somebody when you get back home. Make sure you give it. And what he didn't know was I was thinking about my brother the whole time I was in Charleston. So I had a dream that night that my brother was gonna leave. It was just a dream, so I didn't think nothing of it. And then my dog went off on him. And the old guy said, the Reaper, an old guy hollered at us and said, a Reaper walking with y'all? I said, oh, he don't know what he talking about. He don't know what he talking about. So me and my brother talked. My brother just got in trouble. As soon as I got home from Charleston, I already in trouble. So we get him out of the situation with the cops. And we talked. And I said, listen, I had a dream. And he listened to me. We grew up together. He knew I had these spiritual abilities, so he paid close attention no matter who he was to the streets. And I told my brother, I said, I had a dream you gonna die, man. You know that name they gave you, KO? That name gonna kill you. He said, well, before I tell you what he said, they gave him that name, KO. Everywhere he went, these group of people, KO, yeah, KO. And then sometimes some of them will get brave and they'll say, oh, look at Tat. How you deal with Tat? They would say that to my face, but he'll tell me later. One guy told him, I don't see how you could deal with lame ass Tat. And he said, the only one lame I see in here is you. And the dude was a well-respected guy now. He was another fighter. The dude was like, I spit in your face. And my brother was like, I spit back in your face. Tat the realest one I know. Tat the realest guy I ever came across. That's what my brother told him. So when he got this name KO, they kept, oh, KO, oh, KO, yeah, KO, oh, KO, yeah, 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 KO. It was like going into a wrestling ring. And everybody, rocking on the champ. So I told him about that name. They would take him, they would come and get him to take care of their difficult work. Let's just say that. And he would go do it. And build up quite a name for himself. And that started worrying me. Because these people never celebrated us like this. And we always been fighters in everything we done. But because of his recklessness, they started celebrating him. That didn't make sense to me, because we all come from the street. We all was real. We all was really considered G's. We all been doing gangster and moving like gangsters. Why all of a sudden, because of his recklessness, they want to celebrate him? So I told him, whoa to the name, bro, because it looked like they setting you up. He said, they calling you KO, they revving you up. He said, listen, don't even say it, I already know. But what can you do? When he said that, it was so powerful. It was about like when the guy said something to Jesus, and Jesus said, I think the tax collector said something to Jesus, and Jesus said something. He said, surely you are a wise man, or something like that. And that's how I felt when my brother said what he said. And I told him, I said, look, man, I had a dream you died. He said, listen, man, I know you miss me and I know you care about me. And I promise you, we gonna be in church Sunday, because he knew I was trying to get my life right. I was healing. And we was in church Sunday. All of us was in church Sunday. The whole block was in the church Sunday, because he died. Died from hype. Died from people revving him up. Fake love. And then these same people, when I was mourning for my brother, they would tell me, let it go already. These were the same people revving him up. Revving him up more than I ever thought about revving my brother up. And I loved him. And when he died, it wasn't 24 hours later, they was already saying, man, quit crying about it. I'm telling y'all, you ain't got friends out there. They ain't nothing but programs. And as soon as you start putting the tests down, you gonna put them down. Easy. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us for our debts. We also have forgiven our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil ones. your power and kingdom and glory forever. Amen.